Allah will gather the first ones and the last ones on a single plane. The people go to Adam, and sweat will bridle them, reach their mouths like a bridle in place of the mouth of a horse. They will say, O Adam, you are the father of mankind, and Allah chose you. Intercede for us to your Lord. Then he will say, I have faced the same as what you have faced. Go to your father, after your father, to Noah. Allah chose Adam, Noah, the family of Ibrahim, and the family of Imran above the Alamin mankind and jinn of their times. The Prophet said, then they will go to Noah, and they will say, intercede for us to your Lord, for you are the one that Allah chose, and he answered for you your supplication. He did not leave a single disbeliever on the earth. He will say, I am not the one for you. Go to Ibrahim. For Allah took him as a Khalil, a special status, one who is given extra special love over others, a very high ranking with Allah. Then they will go to Ibrahim, and he will say, I am not the one for you. Go to Musa, for Allah spoke to him directly. Musa will say, I am not the one for you. Go to the chief of the children of Adam, for he is the first for whom the earth split open on the day of resurrection. Go to Muhammad so that he intercedes for you to your Lord. Then they will go coming to me. I will ask permission to speak to my Lord. To my Lord. To split on the day of resurrection to go to Muhammad so that he intercedes for you to your Lord. Then he will go coming to me. I will ask permission to speak to my Lord. To my Lord. And permission will be granted to me. When I see him, I will fall down prostrating to him. Then he will leave me for whatsoever period he wishes to leave me prostrating. Then Allah will say, raise your head and speak, you will be heard. Intercede, your intercession will be accepted. Then will I raise my head, and when my Lord Azza wa Jal, to him belongs might and majesty, looks at me, I will fall down prostrating to him for the period equal to another week. Then Allah will say, raise your head and speak, you will be heard. Intercede, your intercession will be accepted. So I raise my head, and when my Lord Azza wa Jal, to him belongs might and majesty, looks at me, I will fall down prostrating to him for a period equal to another week. Then Allah will say, raise your head and speak, you will be heard. Intercede, and your intercession will be accepted. I will move to fall down for prostration, but Gabriel will take me with his two dabs area between armpit and top part of upper arms, and Allah will reveal to me such supplications that he never revealed to any human being before. Then I will say, O my Lord, you have created me as the chief of the children of Adam, and no pride or arrogance. I am not saying it from arrogance, and I am the first for whom the earth split open on the day of resurrection, and no, until more people from my nation will pass by me at the Hound Basin. there than what is between Sana and Ola. Then it will be said, invite the prophets. A prophet will come and with him there will be a group of people. A prophet will come, and with him are 5 followers, and Allah, and another with 6. And a prophet with 1, there is not a single person, not a single follower. Then it will be said, call the martyrs, and they will intercede for those whom they wish to intercede for. When the martyrs do that, Allah will say, I am the most merciful of the merciful ones. Admit those who did not associate any partners with Allah into my paradise. Then they will enter paradise. Then Allah will say, look at the hellfire. Do you see anyone who ever did any good? They will find a man in the hellfire, and it will be said to him, did you ever do any good? He will say, no, except that I used to pardon people in the business transactions. Then Allah will say, pardon my slave just as he pardoned my slaves. Then they will take a man out of the hellfire. And it will be said to him, did you ever do any good? He will say, no, except that I ordered my sons, saying to them, when I die, burn me in fire, then grind me the ashes until I become like coal. Then take me to the sea and scatter me in the wind. Then, by Allah, the Lord of all that exists, will never be able to punish me. Then Allah will say to him, why did you do that? He will say, fearing you. Then Allah will say, look at the dominion of the greatest king. For you is what is equivalent to what he has, and 10 times more. Then he will say, why do you make fun of me when you are the king? The messenger of Allah said, that is what I laughed at in the morning. At the end of the Musnad, we spoke in length about this hadith. Narration of Abu Sa'id. Abu Sa'id related that the messenger of Allah said, the sirat, path over hell, will be placed over hell, upon which there